Hi, Bob Hughes here with JD Squared, and I'm standing in front of our new Generation 2 Airtable. Notice we've got version 3 software up here. Oh my God, I love this stuff. I can zip around with my arrow keys finally and everything else. But essentially, this is a 5x10 Airtable. Now, it is different than our first generation in the respect that it has no floor. The first generation one, remember, had about a 13-inch floor, and you collect all your parts at the bottom of it. Well, we got lucky. We had two customers who bought the machines off us, and both of them had differing requirements. One of them was cutting 1.5 inch with a 300 amp plasma unit, and if you ever seen those puppies fire off, they look like rocket ships taking off. So we didn't really think that a 13-inch depth of table was going to be sufficient for that kind of power. He was cutting and piercing 1.5 inch steel. Then the other gentleman, this is only a couple weeks apart, what he was doing was the exact opposite. He was doing very, very small parts, and his concern was that as he was cutting the parts, they were falling down in the bottom of the Airtable, and he would have to remove the slats to get all his parts out. So he requested us to build him a custom table using maybe incorporating trays. Well, between both of those, I started thinking, and I thought, you know what, we can make a better Airtable, and this is the result right here. And to give you an idea of the features we were looking for, we wanted one that would run with any plasma in the world. We don't care if it's a $150,000 machine or what. We need an Airtable that would compete with the best of the best. To do that, we had to have sloping sides. So what we've done here is we have doors on each side. We can remove the door completely. We could also hang it on the hangers right here. Let's see, let's get it, well, if I get it on there, that is, and I think, hang it right there. Now, inside the machine, all of the walls now slope towards the tray area. So this is the tray right here. It incorporates two trays, one on each end. The trays are actually optional. The machine, the standard Airtable, will come with everything you see except for the trays. And the reason is you don't actually have to have the trays if you don't want to. You could easily put a hoe up there and scrape your parts out, and that's what a lot of people do. But the trays make it a little easier because we've made them forklift friendly. Just pick them up, take them out to your dumpster. So you can see here the side walls are actually sloping down to the tray. So that solved the gentleman's problem who had the small parts, because the parts are going to fall, hit the side walls, and fall into the tray. The other thing that happened for the other person with the high-powered torch, since we have no floor in it no more, we have no problem with the torch burning out the bottom of the table. Now, another thing that we wanted to incorporate on the new design table was multi-zone downdraft air system. So I'm going to walk over to the side of the machine here in a minute and show you how that works. And essentially what it allows you to do is hook up an air handler or a vacuum system, and you can hook it up in multi-zones and draw the air down through the table. It will loop back up, come through here. So basically the air has to turn 180 degrees to get out, which means most of the debris is going to go into the tray and not into your air filtration system. The material is made out of the same heavy material as Gen 1. It's 3/16 inch steel. Things have got a little heavier. The machine's definitely a little bit on the heavier side, but hey, when you're shooting for the stars, sometimes you need a bigger rocket ship. Anyway, let's walk over here and take a look at the side, and I'll show you the downdraft system. Okay, here we are. We're on the side of the table now, and if you look up under here, and I'm hoping you can see, I realize it's a black surface. This is the slope panels under here. So all the debris would fall, hit the slope panels, mitigate to the inside of the table, and fall into the tray if you have that option. But right in this area here is where we have incorporated the multi-zone downdraft system. And what it is you would unbolt these plates here, and you would bolt on standard 6-inch Havoc duct type flange ducts. They would bolt there, and we could put up to 6 of them on this particular machine. You really probably only need 1, maybe 3, but even 1 works pretty good in the central position. At that point, using the 6-inch flex tube, you could easily hook a vac system up to it, and now you've got yourself a pretty good system of keeping the dust down in the building. So that was all incorporated in the Gen 2 table also. Anyway, there's not a whole lot to talk about Airtables other than what I've told you. So hey, happy cutting, and talk to you later.